Hello, it is 8 p.m. on December 8th, 2019. Welcome to the weather update. We're going to take a look at the weather we had over the weekend, and then we're going to take a look at what happened, what's going to be happening. Unfortunately, yesterday was a bit of a disappointment as far as the amount of clouds we had. It was supposed to be mostly sunny day, but first we're going to look at the temperature right now. It's 42 degrees. Temperatures are starting to rise, I believe. Yep, they are. So it was cooler actually earlier this evening. It was in the upper 30s. Now we're rising up into the 40s as that warm air is working into the area. And it got up to around 40. What did it get up to, Farmingdale? Around 40. The warmest temperature of the day is actually right now because that cold air that we had yesterday is leaving, or somewhat cold air. Not really that cold. But it did get cold overnight in a few spots. So we're going to take a look at that. West Hampton got down to 10 degrees last night, while other areas got down. If we look at Islip, it wound up getting down to around 15, so pretty chilly. Oh no, that's the dew point. I'm sorry. It got down to 17, so pretty chilly into the teens. A lot of areas got into the teens last night because we had that clear skies, dry air, radiational cooling going on. And now we have the warm air working into the area. So let's look at the satellite. You see plenty of clouds. We had a lot of high clouds around today. Now we have some lower clouds starting to roll into the picture. Let's go ahead and look at our picture from today. I guess, no, we want to start yesterday. So I'll show you the problem yesterday that we had because I kind of got ranted about it in the weather, in the Pine Barrens video last night. So what we had is we had this area high clouds. This is the area that we had that I was predicting to move over area and then sink to the south, and it was mainly over New Jersey. But what wound up happening as the day went on is that we had these other cumulus clouds pop up over us that weren't supposed to pop up over us at all. And I'm guessing, and this was actually in relation, I think, to just the upper level flow because had this been more of a better push of cold air, we wouldn't have had all those clouds. But the front kind of got the upper flow was not good. The core of the air mass went to the north, and therefore it wasn't the exactly kind of day that I wanted. And that's what happened yesterday. But as far as today goes, tons of high clouds over us, as you see. So we're going to be taking a look and seeing what we're going to have developing because we have this high moving offshore, and we have a low that's going to be tracking up through the Great Lakes. So let's move this GFS along. You'll see what I mean. So we actually have a little coastal low developing, but it's actually going to go well to our west, which is kind of unusual. It looks like there's a piece of energy here, but it's going to go all to our west. So we're in the warm air Monday with this, and then Tuesday. Now Tuesday, we have this cold front starting to move through the area, but we have a little wave of low pressure along it. So what's going to happen is the front is going to get hung up a little bit, and we could see a little bit of light snow Wednesday morning, probably very minimal accumulations. Then the high builds in, brings us a nice day on Thursday, and then it moves out, and then we get another soaker. Yes, another soaker for Saturday with the low tracking well to our west and more warm, humid air once again in the picture, as you see. And then the next storm comes around Tuesday, December 17th. That one might go a little more to the south, and then another cold air mass builds in air behind that for Wednesday, December 18th, and it's a Thursday, December 19th. Of course, this is a ways off. Things can change. We know the way the models are, but no major snowstorms right now in the forecast as far as what the way the GFS looks. If we look at the temperature anomaly, you'll see what we're going to be dealing with here. So here is that really warm air that's going to be coming up. We're talking huge anomalies here, 10 plus degree anomalies as far as the temperatures being above normal for tomorrow and Tuesday. And then this strong cold front comes through, but you can see it kind of gets hung up a little. The core of the air doesn't really go over us. It's more over Canada. And you can see the problem. This jet stream flow is too flat. The trough is not deep enough to really bring that cold air far enough south and have the kind of pattern we need. Because once that cold air mass leaves, then we have this next storm that develops, and we get the same thing again on Saturday with a low-level jet event and humidity coming into the picture. So yeah, it's not a great pattern that we're in right now, unfortunately. Once again, it's hard to get the kind of pattern you like, especially when you're dealing with the climate the way it is. So let's go and take a look and see what's going to be happening here with the temperatures as we head into tomorrow on this GFS. So we go and we see that the temperatures really start coming up. Here we are tomorrow. These are the temperatures. So we are now into the 50s, probably low 50s, maybe upper 50s in New Jersey. And then Tuesday, that shot of warm air really comes in, and parts of New Jersey, and the GFS actually is being a little conservative with the warmth. I think it might be worse than this. GFS has us getting close to 60, but there's some indications it could be even warmer than that. And then the front passes through. We cool down on Wednesday. We have to watch out for that residual moisture. And then Thursday is the best day, and Thursday looks like a nice cold day where we may not. Now, this is the way Saturday was supposed to turn out. We may not reach freezing, so hopefully it'll be a nice cold day. And then Friday, we see those temperatures rebound, and then we get the same yuck again on Saturday with temperatures looks like well into the 60s, maybe close to 70, with this shot of warm tropical air once again. That has no business being up this far north, especially at this time of the year. But because of the jet stream, because of climate change, this is what we have. So let me look at a couple of the models here. As far as, let me look at the NAM temperatures. Let's see if the GFS is underdoing it a little bit. So let's see. Yeah, this is the NAM, and just I think the GFS is underdoing it. This is the NAM, and it has us getting close to 60 tomorrow, and it's going to stay warm right through the night until that front comes through. NAM's a lot faster with the front. Actually brings it through Tuesday evening and cools us off. So much faster with the front, the NAM, than the GFS, which is very interesting. The other thing, of course, is the dew points. So let's look at the dew points and show you how disgustingly humid it's going to be as we head into tomorrow. We have to talk about that. We've talked about the wind and, of course, the rain. So we have this nice dry air, but here comes the disgusting crap from the south. Tomorrow night, you see the humidity starting to go up. Dew points are well into the 50s and even 60. You can see looking at these wind barbs that we're going to have a strong wind accompanying this, the low-level jet, and then there's the front coming through and putting an end to this. At least on the NAM, it gets rid of it by the late afternoon on Tuesday and pushes that down south where it belongs and where it needs to stay for the whole winter. So let's look at the GFS as far as the dew points go. And yes, we will look at the rain too. We're going to look at that too. I gotta go one thing at a time with this soaker, LLJ soaker event. So here are the dew points on the GFS. It's getting humid. Look at that wind. Look at that humidity. See, it doesn't bring the front through until a little later Wednesday night. GFS a little slower with that front by about 5 hours or so. So now we'll go and look at the precipitation. So here we go. Here's the precipitation. So rain starts tomorrow morning and continues throughout much of the day. Heavy at times, perhaps. Of course, the resolution on this is very low. Then we get a little break Tuesday morning before the cold front comes through, and then we have that rain from the cold front, and then the GFS has that front just kind of wave forming along it, and then that front crawling through, and it has it snowing for a little while in the morning hours where temperatures weren't cold enough perhaps that we could see some accumulation. Let's see what the GFS does as far as the rainfall accumulation, and then we'll look at the snowfall. So rainfall really just gives us a soaker, as you can see, 1 to 2 inches across the area. But let's see snowfall. Let's see snowfall. So GFS gives us, I mean, not a lot of snow. It gives us maybe an inch or two, and maybe an inch. So, I mean, I don't think it's going to be much behind the front. I think you have to be further in the mountains to get any accumulation behind the front, at least according to the GFS. But let's go over to the NAM, and let's see. The NAM has the amounts a little higher. NAM has us closer to 2 inches, and maybe some isolated 3 or really isolated 4-inch amounts. This might be overdoing it a little bit. We saw how the miles overdid the last event as far as snow goes, because you're going to remember we're going to be coming from all this warmth. So it's going to take a while for the ground to cool down so the snow can accumulate. Let's go look at this on here. Oh, I want to look at the total rainfall too. I bet you the NAM gives us more total rain too. Probably. Let's see. Yeah, the NAM is wetter. It gives us more closer to 2 inches. There's some variations, but there's going to be a lot of rain. So let's take a look. We'll rewind the clock and we'll take a look and see how the rain. So the rain develops over us Monday, and we got a period of showers, and then heavier rain moves in later in the afternoon and evening, and that's when you're going to get that soaking later in the afternoon and evening. Then that moves away. We get a break, and then a little lighter precipitation Tuesday afternoon, and here comes that front coming through. And you can see the NAM drops. It brings the front through quicker, so it has to change to snow a little sooner, and has that snow starting Wednesday morning. Keeps us a snow throughout. Again, these tail end events are very hard to predict. Basically, it's just a little wave along the front that instead of the front moving directly out, you have this little wave that forms along it, and then it finally moves out. We can look at the higher resolution NAM, which doesn't go as far in the future. Just so you can take a look and see what happens tomorrow. So you can see those showers moving over the area tomorrow afternoon, in the late morning through afternoon, and then this other batch of heavier, steadier rain. This will be the soaker part of it Monday night, and then a little break on Tuesday, and then the rain redevelops as the front approaches the area in the afternoon. You can see this wave develop. This doesn't go as far out though, the higher resolution NAM. So, that's generally the consensus on this event. We can look at the ICON as well, so we will look at that. Look at the ICON model as well with this. So here is the ICON model, and you can see again that rain. It's going to be a wet, soaking day tomorrow. It's not going to be pleasant being out there, and it's going to be warm too and yucky and humid. You can see that passes on that wave pass. Then the front comes through. This is a little bit of a different structure. It has the wave moving a little faster, so it has Tuesday being more of a soaker day, and has the precipitation moving out maybe a little quicker, but it doesn't have as much snow at all. So there are variations to this. Let's look at the temperatures on the ICON to see how warm it's going to get. You can see that yucky air again coming in. And then boom, that front comes through and brings us relief. So I guess we'll go and we'll look at the clouds. Will be the next thing we'll look at. When are we going to have another clear day? Well, Thursday obviously would be the most likely next clear day that we're going to get. So let's go ahead and look at that. So plenty of clouds obviously tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then that front moves offshore, and then Thursday hopefully we can get a clear day out of it. GFS seems to always overdo the clouds. I think there might be a little less than that. At least I hope so, because after that, then we're back in more clouds again, and then we'll have to wait a while. I'm not even going to go beyond that. Let's look at the NAM. The NAM ain't going to go far enough out. I can't look at that. So we can look at the Canadian, which has a really, really low resolution. We can look at that and see that it does clear out for Tuesday. Thursday is going to be the clear day. It's going to be the best shot for clear skies this week as far as clear skies go. The other thing we got to be concerned with, we'll go back to the NAM, is the wind. So let's take a look at the wind speeds, because we could have some strong winds with this low-level jet that's going to be coming in. All right, it's not so much Tuesday that we're dealing with the winds. The low-level jet is tomorrow. So here comes that low-level jet. You can see those areas of stronger winds. Possibly some of the showers could bring them down. Looks like winds sustained around 20 miles an hour, a good bet across a large part of Long Island, and then it backs off by Tuesday into Wednesday. Let's go to, speaking of winds, we'll go to windy.com and we'll look at the winds on windy.com and see how this, again, this is the Euro model. So we'll start looking at the winds for tomorrow. So we'll look at the winds 10 a.m. tomorrow. You can see they're starting to pick up out of the south. Could cause some more coastal flooding again. So sustained winds, 26 miles an hour on the east end. Not too bad in the middle of the island. Further west, maybe 17 miles an hour. And I think in the evening it starts getting rough. Let's go to 5. Yeah, it starts getting worse. So 5 o'clock, 27-mile-an-hour winds. But offshore, the winds are 33. These are sustained winds. All right, so you're going to have that coastal flooding again happening along the south shore. This is something people have to get used to now. So this is why I said before, they just give it up already as far as doing road goes. Nature is taking it back, and there's nothing you can do. If you just keep pouring money, and you're just throwing your money away. So yeah, sustained winds over the east end by 9 p.m. 30 miles an hour. So windy, rainy, horrible conditions in the evening. 20 miles an hour for Nassau County, and we'll go to 11. Probably maybe it gets even worse. Let's go to 4 a.m. All right, so it backs off a little more by the morning because the winds go that low-level jet from the south-southwest now. It goes into more of a southwesterly wind, and the wind speeds back off. But those are sustained winds. So now we got to look at the gusts because that's where it really gets bad. So let's go to noon tomorrow. You can see the winds start picking up. This is noon, and we have some strong gusty winds now over the east end, 44 miles an hour. 37 miles an hour. Could be some localized power outages. Let's go to 5 p.m. here. So 5 p.m. We have wind gusts close to 50, 47 miles an hour. So it could be some strong gusty winds with this wind-driven rain. So an umbrella is going to be useless in the rain tomorrow. Probably gusts close to 50. Your umbrella is going to be useless pretty much. And then 3 a.m. we see that low-level jet start shifting offshore. And taking the wind with it. You can see here the temperatures, by the way. You can see it's quite warm over the area. And the temperatures are going to be, it's going to be warm, it's going to be humid. And you can see there's 1 p.m. And let me just move this over the temperatures here so you can see what's going to happen with the temperatures. So you can see it warms up well into the mid-50s, well above normal. 64. Yeah, Toms River could get close to 70. It would not surprise me if it does get close to 70 in some areas in New Jersey, especially Tuesday. And then we finally see it start to cool down. Look at the dew points now, because the humidity is going to be up there. So here's tomorrow, noon. The humidity gets worse. The evening as the day goes on, dew points start approaching 60 degrees in New Jersey, in the mid-50s on Long Island, maybe approaching 60 degrees on Long Island by the evening. These are dew points, all right? So it's going to feel very muggy out. You're going to have to probably put your air conditioner on unless the humidity doesn't bother you. It does bother me a lot. So dew points here are going to be up there, and then we see finally the dew points start to drop later on in the evening. So now we'll look at the waves because we're going to have some high waves too. So here are the waves. This is 2 p.m. tomorrow. We got 8-footers off the south shore. Let's go to 6 p.m. And here we are at 6 p.m. 10-footers. So there's going to be a lot of. I think we're going to see some more flooding on the south shore again. Sure. More flooding on the south shore. So 10, 11 feet. It doesn't really start subsiding until later, I think, as we get to Tuesday. Maybe it subsides a little bit, but there's going to be some coastal flooding from this for sure. So look at this now. See if there's any thunderstorm threat. So this is the rain. Look at tomorrow. See if there's any thunderstorms being predicted by this windy Euro model. Well, this is the Euro model interpreted by Windy. No, it doesn't look like there are any thunderstorms. Okay, let's see what this model does as far as the clouds go. So you can see it's got that little bit of light snow hanging out over our area Wednesday as the temperatures start dropping. And then we clear it out. Here's Wednesday night. Let's see Thursday, 7 a.m., 11 a.m., maybe some cumulus clouds maybe, but more or less mostly clear skies across our area on Thursday. So that is our next day that we will have nice weather. Okay, I want to go back to this again because I want to show you something that's been going on. So we have these huge fires going on. All right, this is today. All right, so we have these huge fires that are continuing to go on. Remember all the fires we had in the northern hemisphere? Well, now they're going on in the southern hemisphere. New South Wales, the east coast of Australia has been going. This has been going on for weeks and weeks now with these fires that have been happening here. in New South Wales, Australia, in this area here. So, we're seeing the planet undergoing some really scary changes as climate change ramps up, and everybody is just blissfully unaware of how the seriousness of it, and the climate emergency that we are facing. As we're seeing these crazy weather patterns, and what you're seeing is what's the best word I could use? Uneven distribution of the inequity of distribution of precipitation is becoming greater, and so you have these areas that are just getting drier and drier, and other areas that are getting wetter and more humid, and that's what's happening as we deal with these anomalous jet stream patterns due to climate change. So yeah, that'll be the last part of this video. We'll just show you the jet stream here. In fact, we'll just go to tropical tidbits and show it to you. So let me go back to the CONUS. I'll wrap this weather update up here so you can see the issue. So let's go to that jet stream. I'll put this back on the GFS. You see what the problem is here. So go to upper levels. Let's go to 250 so you can take a look at the winds. All right, so this is the issue. Here comes that. You can see that jet stream going way up. Look at that, way up into Canada. This is not a normal jet stream. Its trough is, and it's a very weak trough. And I mean, the jet stream is just disorganized. Then we have this, other trough that comes in, but they're all. It's not a good setup because you have the split flow too. It's just disorganized again because we see the warming in the Arctic, and we have the Arctic in the when you have the less of a difference between the poles and the equator, the jet streams come weaker and more wavier, and that's why we're seeing these crazy weather patterns that we're seeing, especially with this up and down with the temperatures, because the weather patterns, they're not normal. It doesn't even know what season it is. So I guess that'll wrap up this weather update. I'll keep you posted on this low-level jet event. Get prepared for be prepared for a disgusting next 48 hours before we get relief. Take care, and thank you for watching.